In the Parliament tomorrow, Operation Sundoor is going to be the main focus. The debate is set to last for at least 16 hours in the Lok Sabha is what we're expecting. And the Defence Minister is set to lead the discussion. The Prime Minister is likely to intervene on the discussion as well. Now remember, this is a much sought after debate in the Parliament during the monsoon session. I'm being joined by Lieutenant General Subrata Saha, who's a former Deputy Chief of Army Staff. Thank you for joining us, General Saha. Firstly, this is a topic that has been that everyone has had their eyes on, not just the opposition but the general public as well, where there are going to be details that are going to be told to us by the Defence Minister himself, by the Prime Minister himself, is what we're expecting tomorrow, sir. But what are you looking for in tomorrow's discussion?
Well, I do hope that the discussions tomorrow put to rest some of the irresponsible remarks and that are being passed from various quarters, and that should be put to rest as I see it, because on matters of national security, it is important that the nation is united and they show a common resolve to be sure that the great successes that this operation has achieved are not frittered away because of such, internal differences, so to speak.
That's right. And there's been, of course, several questions that the opposition also has been raising over Donald Trump or the United States saying or claiming that they've been the mediators of ceasefire between India and Pakistan. So the Defence Minister and the Prime Minister speaking would also perhaps put to rest these claims made by the United States of being the mediator of ceasefire.
You see, in all this, we seem to miss out one fundamental, and that fundamental is because of this, shall we say, unambiguous success of the India's military operations, i.e. the way the Indian armed forces were able to degrade Pakistan's air defense capability. They were able to penetrate across the entire length and breadth of Pakistan, carrying out precision strikes on high-value targets. That is exactly the impact of this was so profound that Pakistan had to run to the United States to get the situation de-escalated, right? And after that, if X is claiming credit, Y is claiming credit, it is not material. I think what is material is the fact that the impact of the operations got Pakistan down to its knees. And not only this, you see it from another perspective. I mean, over hundreds of missiles, drones were neutralized, which Pakistan was firing at free will, trying to, target civilians and military alike in India. None of it succeeded. All that nuclear threshold and that nuclear bluff, which Pakistan was calling, including their foreign minister and others, all that has been called and that myth has been bursted. So frankly, we need to be focusing on the success of this operation and the profound impact that it had on Pakistan, that they had to run to the United States for whatever.
Right, absolutely, General Saga. Also, we have already gotten visuals from the Indian Army, from the Defence Forces, specific visuals, specific videos, and targets that were neutralized and terror bases that were attacked. We have abundance of information that they've given about Operation Sundoor. But are you also expecting that tomorrow the Defence Minister could give us more information and make it clearer exactly what happened during Operation Sundoor, also emphasizing the success of the operation tomorrow?
That's right. In fact, I think this is exactly what should be the Defence Minister's agenda, so that, all these irresponsible remarks, careless statements being made irresponsibly through the media are put to rest, and the nation gets back to, being prepared, because let's just be very sure that Operation Sundoor is not the first or neither the last time that we'll have to respond, because one thing is very clear, because this time around, India has made its policy against the terrorists very clear. If you recollect the three pillars that the Prime Minister himself announced, the three pillars make it very clear, and India has to be prepared for responding to any such future attacks. Like for example, every terrorist attack will get a befitting
Right.
response. Will not tolerate any nuclear blackmail. Will not differentiate between government sponsoring terrorism and the masterminds. These are major policy statements. So we have to be prepared for this in the future. And if I could add just one more bit, today we are sitting exactly one day after the Kargil Vijay Divas, right? Now, just see the distinction during the Kargil war. We lost so many lives, so many precious lives of our
Right.
soldiers because of a restriction imposed on not crossing the line of control. Now, if you see in Sindoor, or for that matter, earlier
Right.
when we responded post Pulwama and post Uri, no such restriction was there. I mean, the
Right.
forces were given the freedom to act the way they wanted to act, which made it so much easier to execute operations
Right.
without suffering such losses. So, effectively, I think it is important that these
Absolutely.
are facets which the defense minister highlights and puts to rest, these
Right.
statements that we are
On that
hearing
note,
left and
General
right.
Saha, thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts on this particular